So, blessed evening, everyone. We welcome you all. Um, I have with me Meenakshi ma'am, CEO and co-founder of D Pedagogics. Um, so, here's another Tuesday with the new topic, enhanced learning using AI. And I'm sure you all are teaching for many years. We keep enhancing learning experiences for our learners, aren't we? So here we are going to see how AI can become our thinking partner in enhancing learning experiences for the learners. Before we jump into that, I would like each one of you to drop your name, school name, and city from where you are in the chat box, along with how often have you used AI to support lesson planning this month? Daily, weekly, monthly, or randomly. Whatever is your response, please add into your details. So, share your name, school name, and the city along in the chat box along with the answer to the question. How often do you use AI to support lesson planning this month? So, after summer vacation, we have started, and it's the 21st day of the month. How often are you using AI for your lesson planning? Truly speaking, for me, it's my daily partner. I land on for some or other thing to take AI helps in my thinking as my thinking partner. So, what about you? So, we'll give you a minute. Here we have Shikha ma'am from CM Shri School, Rohini. Ah, she is using AI almost daily for different sessions and different topics. Great, Shikha ma'am. Madhuri ma'am has recently started using AI. I'm sure, ma'am, you are taking the most out of your AI thinking partner, that is Microsoft Copilot. Oh, great, Madhuri ma'am, seeing you here from Hyderabad. Great. So while you start writing your details, I'll be sharing our agenda for this 1 hour with you. We are going to start with topic torchlight on the enhanced learning using AI. We have with us Shikha ma'am for the educator limelight, community spotlight, a recent visit to Rajasthan. We'll be sharing about that. Feature headlight, what are new? What is new we are getting from Microsoft in the Copilot. We'll be sharing that. And the social spotlight. Welcome, Rashmi ma'am. AI propels my thinking, polishes the human touch in my plans all the time. Yes, undoubtedly, Rashmi ma'am. I think even I love that. So let's start on the topic enhancing learning using AI. We always have some or other things when we are teaching, from years. Most of our lesson plans, most of our, learning documents are ready, but we look for something new. And definitely we should, because every year a new set of learners is with us, a new set of challenges is with us, and we need to customize our plans according to the need of our learners, isn't it? So that is where I feel Copilot can be my buddy. So here are four major steps that I need Copilot to help with me. How can I follow these steps? I'll be sharing with you with an example. Let's assume I am a maths teacher and I am teaching class 1 mathematics. My topic for the next week is subtraction. Now I am looking at, I want to improvise or, you know, have a better lesson plan than the last year. and I need to look at what are my current challenges. So I already have my prepared lesson plan. I chose that. That is my first step. Now, step two, what would I like to enhance in this lesson plan? So pause for a minute. Just skim through the lesson plan that you already have. Also, go back to the current class that you are teaching right now. Reflect on the current situation. For example, let's say I am taking class 1 where I have 50 learners in my class and I don't have much space for the movement. Along with that, there's another challenge. I have about 20% of the learners are struggling with number identification. They still get confused with 14 and 41. And here I have to continue with my planning also. So I need to consider those learners also as well as my other learners. So I want there should be something integrated in my lesson plan so that I can cater to those 20% learners also. Along with that, I would like my lesson plan to reflect. Since I'm a maths teacher, I would like to have CPA approach in mathematics. What is CPA? CPA, C stands for concrete, P stands for pictorial, and A stands for abstract. Abstract means symbol language, and math is definitely a language of symbols. So, with the young learners, I definitely want connection to concrete and pictorial so that this symbolic language become easy to comprehend for them. So, I would like AI to review my current lesson plan considering CPA approach in mathematics, some of the NEP NCF best practices like playway integration, storytelling integration, or music or sports integration. And considering my real challenges, that is limited space of movement and 20% learners who are still struggling with number identification. So I will write down all these pointers which I would like Copilot to review my lesson plan and give me suggestions where can I improve. Rather than doing a whole lot of new work, why don't I take the feedback and improvise wherever required, stay with whatever is already good. So once I'm clear on that, I'm ready to go to Copilot chat and draft my prompt. I'm sure you all know while we draft our prompt, we need to give a clear context, clear prompt, specify the requirement of my classroom so that I get the better output. And I get the output from the Copilot. We believe our task is done here, but last, most ignored, but the most significant step is still pending. That is, the output that you get from the Copilot, reflect on that. Is this what you wanted? The changes suggested by Copilot, are they suitable to your classroom? Or do you want to modify and improvise it? If yes, then give the next prompt from the prompt for the modification or improvisation. Otherwise, take the suggestions. So, these are the 4 steps today we are going to follow to enhance the learning experiences of our classroom. And definitely, once you get the output from the Copilot, you have all these options also. Because obviously, you need to reflect, do I need to prepare something with the modification suggested? Do I need flashcard or some quizzes or a matching activity? Whatever you need, create that once you have finalized your plan. So here we go to have our practical hands-on practice with the Copilot chat. But hold on for a minute. I would like you all to see Once I'll do it for you, and then we'll give you time to try it out yourself. So I'll share my screen with the co-pilot and let's have a look at it.
As you do so, Kushbu, I would love to reiterate all the steps. I really liked what she said that it's not always the first prompt that first result that we get, we would want to accept. And one thing that is for sure is human intelligence will always remain above AI, that is artificial intelligence. So before you start iterating, I think, Kushbu, if we can go back to the slide, thank you, Rashmi, for that validation, to the slide which had 4 steps. I would love to, or if you want, I can do so. Don't worry, I will manage doing that. I will just bring back the slides over here. Just give me a moment, please. I really wanted to check where we are and how we are thinking. And I wanted to get a know-how of how you are thinking about it. Yeah. So here we are. If you look at these 4 steps, uh, they will very carefully invite you to first iterate with yourself. What is always said, before respecting anyone else, you must respect yourself. Therefore, if you have immense respect for what AI can do for yourself, have more than immense respect for yourself because you've done a phenomenal job of already creating a lesson plan. Respecting your own intelligence and your wisdom, choose a lesson plan that you would like to enhance because there's always a chance to have a better than better response or a better and better than better or the best lesson plan possible. Dynamics in our classroom change every day with the students, with their moods, with their the kind of transitions that they see within a day. Therefore, we need to keep in mind many things. Just imagine, just the way Kushbu was saying, she's a math teacher and she's teaching a topic in mathematics. And the next period is going to be, let's say, Hindi. The next way one is going to be sports. And when they come back, they have a snack break. And then they come back to my science class. Exactly how ready are they? Right? Every day, the kind of placement that I have in the day of my period, I may have to rethink a few things. Sometimes I might need something that's very high energy. And sometimes I might say, okay, let me just calm them down, give them a kind of a refresher or, check their prior knowledge before I go. Those decisions are to be made by you. Nobody other than you can make those decisions because that is your classroom and you know your classroom dynamics the best. Therefore, our 20-60-20 principle, which we've always spoken about, is 20 minutes. Spend with yourself thinking about what is it that you want. So if you look at step 2, it says read and reflect to find the purpose of enhancing your plan. What would you want to include? So spend significant time in the first 2 steps so that the third one is effective. Otherwise, you'll go there, do a lot of iterations. No, I think I need this. No, I think I need that. I think that sort of an iteration is what I'm talking about, and you should be doing it here on the first 2 steps. Today, if you're planning to do it with us, I hope you have a lesson plan. If not, very quickly fetch one, please. Think about what is it that you're going to do. Step 3 says that you need to go to Copilot. But before that, we have some homework helpers for you. Come on, spin your lesson plan. Look at this feature map or, the kind of grid that has been given to you. It gives you multiple capabilities that the GA, that is generative AI, is capable of. For example, the first one says, understand any question. Intent awareness, that is scaffolding for concept, is what you're looking for. Well, then go for question or a concept. If you're looking for remediation, go for flashcards. If you're looking to be, to be taking a proper, probably just a quick dip into what is it that students have learned or not, go for a quiz. For an active recall, go for fill in the blanks. For connecting related concepts, go for match the following. Images, I think they are our first go, but I feel images need a lot of time for you to think about. They should not be web searched visuals. They should be woven into explanations. And I've always said this. You know, students get confused when they get a diagram of a circulatory system, for example, in my class. They've seen it in the book. I've shown them in my PowerPoint one diagram. So they've had almost two exposures to diagrams. They have labeled that's their third exposure. But when it comes in the exam, that diagram looks very different from the one that I have presented to them. Therefore, it's very important that we share with them various formats, various ways. For example, even for match the following. Probably, if I were you, I would take match or connect the related concepts and, put out there some match, some, let's say organs and function to match. And then I would say, okay, construct a complete diagram for me. So, while you're doing this, it's a good idea to not just take the first piece with you. For example, let's say it's a fill in the blanks. You're giving them the entire piece on fill in the blanks. How do you do the digestive system or circulatory system? While you're doing that, it's a good idea to help active recall by giving them icons. You don't have to make them. Simply just ask Copilot. Copilot will do that job for you. And as Khushbu and I iterate with you today, we're going to take you through those steps and show you how this feels and how this can go. Yeah. So, and yes, please, above all, AI literacy is extremely important. Teaching AI, responsible AI use from the first interaction itself is very important. If you are giving them a work to do, let's say on study and learn or reading coach or math progress, talk to them about the admin controls that you have. Let them know that you have these controls. Knowing this much also really matters. And of course, I hope you have seen, the post that Microsoft has put up where they say that study and learn will be only available for students who are 13 years plus. So all of those messaging are very important for students to know. So if they are 10 years of age or 12 years of age, but they have been exposed to AI in some or the other form, and they are using generative AI, know that legally it's 13 plus. Yeah, it's just a good to know, but it just makes them a little more cautious. So I hope by now you are ready to take a dip into what Copilot Chat can do for us. So I think we've built a good base by giving you two examples, one which Khushbu walked you through, the other one I just came introduced. So Khushbu, go ahead and share your screen, please.
Sure,
And if you
Meenakshi
have
ma'am.
any questions, any thoughts, please share with us in the chat window. We would love to hear from you. What's going on in your thoughts? And of course, if you have any more ideas over here, go ahead and share with us. What would you use to enhance your lesson plans? Share that in our chat window. Would love to see how you're doing all of this. And I'll give it back to Kushbu.
So here on the Copilot chat, I have attached my existing lesson plan and I have given the complete context to the Copilot. I'm a teacher of class 1 and I'm teaching subtraction to the learners. I have about 50 learners in my class with limited space for movement. But I want to ensure my classes align with CPA approach in mathematics, where students are involved, play-based learning is integrated, and wherever possible, integrating story, music, and sports. I have attached my lesson plan for your review and reflection. Suggest me what is good in my lesson plan and where can I improve so that my students' learning outcomes improve. What Minakshi ma'am has just told you, the purpose need to be very much clear. So my purpose is students' learning outcomes must improve. Now, here I share my challenge also. Some of the students, about 20%, are struggling with number identification and making errors with numbers. So I would suggest considering them also in mind while suggesting me improvement in my lesson plan. Please review the plan period wise and suggest what is good to go and what can be improved in each period. So here I give this prompt to the Copilot and let's see what do we get. So what is working well? It suggested Major improvement needed is strengthen support to 20% learners struggling with number identification. It also suggested me a daily 5 minutes number sense activity that can help students, those who are struggling also. More student talk needed. So many activities looks like teacher directed. I had formative assessment checkpoints, and now I get period wise review from Copilot where it tells me for every period what is good, what can be improved, how can I add story context, music or movement, or what can I do for struggling learners. So, this is how it continues for all the periods. I'll take some time, review it, and then what next action is required? Do I need some improvement here? I'll ask for that. Or do I need to prepare something as we saw those icons where I have fill in the blanks or multiplication matching activity which can be used effectively for my class to engage the learners. So here it gives me
As
score. Please.
Yeah. No, 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 go ahead. I was really happy to see that you said, I'm going to read these and review the result. That's so important because all of this is so overwhelming. I mean, look at the way perfectly it has given me. Whatever looks perfect, it may be it's far too perfect for my class, right? Khushbu, I'm going to give you time to go ahead and read this and review this while I take our participants on the journey to digestive system.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope you can see my screen now. I'll give it a minute. Okay, as Khushbu reads and reviews and picks up the piece that she will be able to carry to class tomorrow, I'm going to, first take you through my plan and then I'll give it back to Khushbu so that she can tell you, okay, I decided to take this because I think this is something that suits me, my class the best. Here, once again, like I said, respect yourself. Go ahead, upload your own lesson plan. A disclaimer here, this lesson plan is not mine. I've picked it off the web just to bring you a kind of a sample. So thanks to the person to whom this belongs. Now, the first thing first, I always, get stuck as to what is it that I should write? Well, how to start? I always start with audio. However, I also would want to start with rewrite, create, find. I think I'm going to go with create today. And I am not taking any of these options. I'm simply just going to say, okay, fine, I'm going to start creating. Okay. Review my lesson plan and highlight the positives, that is the good things, and the my strengths and weaknesses as aligned to NEP 2020. Also, think about my students. They are in grade 7. They are going to learn about digestive system. I want to bring in game-based learning. I also want them to remember the essential terms, organs, their functions, and recognize what each of these organs look like. At the end, I would want them to assemble all organs in the right order to match the digestive system as to how it works. And I would want them to find out some interesting facts about our digestive system. The challenges my students have very basic vocabulary. They do not have too much space in the room to move around. Many of them don't read at the class level, and most of them don't are write or are not very fond of writing lengthy answers or messages or respond to worksheets that ask for long answer questions, but that is also compulsory. So help me get them into habit of reading, writing, observing, labeling, remembering the facts, and also using their wisdom to learn about digestive system. That's a tall order, isn't it? Well, it doesn't take time to actually start thinking about it and building me and giving me a response. But the best part is, I should first know what's good about my lesson plan and what is it that I need to work on. What is strong? It builds beautifully on the prior knowledge. It uses visual resources and frequent questioning. That's a very good thing, and I'm very fond of that. Includes recapitulation, covers all major concepts. So the teacher observes that these are the strengths that I have. Weaknesses, I'm going to focus here. I quickly browse from there because I know about that, right? Too teacher centric. Do you see what I'm talking? Limited student agency, very vocabulary heavy, weak connection to real life, follow up activities not aligned, no game based learning. So, here is what NEP 2020 would recommend. Teacher explains, student listens, move from here to student explores, discusses, observes, labels, and explains. And this is how my plan is panning out. Yeah. So, it's giving me a game to play. It's also giving me individual and group work. So, what I'm looking at is strengthening their vocabulary, giving them enough critical thinking, which we also, spoke about last time. Do micro reading. That's an interesting one. And give me leveled writing pieces. That's very interesting, isn't it? Interesting fact hunts and assessment for students. Well, my chapter looks to have become very lengthy. However, look at this. I love this, how it has rated my original plan on every area possible on NEP 2020. And I think this is something that I would definitely want to review. So I'm going to pause here because my first iteration is only the first one. And I'm going to go ahead, wreck my brain, iterate a lot, ask a lot of questions, give a lot of suggestions, and then possibly move forward. So I'm going to stop sharing over here. And if you have done something alongside while we were showcasing to you, do share in the chat window. Khushbu, very quickly in the next 5 minutes, if sorry, 4 minutes actually, if you can quickly, speak to us about what did you choose, how are you going to work on that and reflect on that, please. And then we will move to the next segment.
So, Meenakshi ma'am, when I was reviewing the output I received, I realized the suggestions are good, but still thinking how should I implement whatever suggestions are given for struggling learners as I'm going to take the class also. So I'm going to ask Copilot, suggest me how should I implement this parallelly, or give me the stuff step by step instruction to do this so that I can focus on those learners also and parallelly run my class. Second thing, I'll also share my screen with you. Another thing, I feel I have my list of resources that I need to be ready with the learners. So I need to create some of the flashcards that are ready. It has also suggested me, confident and struggling learner to pair up for effective, running of the class. So though these are good suggestion, but I'm still looking for a step-by-step instruction where I can integrate all the suggestions that it has given me to for the struggling learners. But I'm happy with the suggestions. For example, I love this hungry monster activity uh, where we can have a role play of monster. So very good. Along with that, it suggested me place value cards before writing this. So this is something I would like Copilot to tell me. Give me step-by-step instruction. How can I integrate along with the activity so that this can also not be ignored because it cannot be a separate part of the session. So these are my reflection, which I had after going through the result, and I will improvise. So here I'll be sharing my PPT, and I'm sure our teachers are also trying this parallelly. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah. So I would I would also like you all to reflect while you were trying uh, parallelly on your Copilot chat. Share one of the following in the chat window. One change that made the activity stronger, or one thing you would adjust before using the activity. So, if there's anything, take a moment and reflect on that and share it here in the chat box. So, for me, one thing that I would adjust before using any activity is the seating plan. Uh, and one change that made the activity stronger is each period has some or other idea that involves my struggling learner reinforcing number sense so that they understand, read the numbers correctly. So that is one thing that has made my plan stronger, where I can focus on all the learners uh, and nobody feel left out. So what is yours? Drop in the chat box.
I think I'm going to give mine. I did not include asking a lot of good questions. So I reflect to say I would go back to iterate, give me some good inquiry questions to ask my students. I think inquiry based learning was weak in my plan. I'm going to go with that. I got lower stars over there. So, yeah, I'll go for that. And
Yeah,
as you keep, yeah, thank you.
that's a
As
good
you
idea.
Thanks. And as you, share your thoughts with us in the chat window, I think we'll move to the next segment here.
So, I would like to invite Shikha ma'am here, who is going to share her story with us how Copilot is enhancing her classroom. So, welcome, Shikha ma'am. Shikha ma'am is a Shikha ma'am is PGT EVGC with CM Shri School, Rohini Sector 18. And we can look at her the work she has done. Some of the glimpses are here, and I can see beautiful posters created by you and as well as a PPT. So here I invite Shikha ma'am to share her experiences with us.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Khushbu ma'am, Meenakshi ma'am, for inviting me to this platform uh, and making us a part of Microsoft Copilot family. I hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yes, Shikha ma'am.
So I am basically PGT-EVGC, that stands for Educational Vocational Guidance Counselor. So again, I'm a counseling psychologist working in a government setup. And while working with kids of CM Shri, formerly known as SOSC schools, I realized that they are very dynamic. They are very curious about information. And when you bombard information about any of the topic that you want to deliver, they'll be only interested if they are engaged. They are participant rather passive observants, or passive recipients of the knowledge. So as NAP says, or NCF also emphasizes, the students should be active constructors of knowledge. They should construct their knowledge. They should not be passively given chunks of information which is of no utility to them for lifelong purposes. So since I am not very tech savvy person, I have presented so many research papers, but I don't use AI much. And actually, I won't lie, I was not familiar much with the pros and cons both of AI. So when the team of Microsoft Copilot, I still remember, uh, uh, Meenakshi ma'am came to our school and they took our session of around 45 minutes to 1 hour. And trust me, she was so energetic and so, what should I say, engaging, that I never lost my attention. I never lost the track of what I was engaged in. I was so much involved. I was so much curious to know what they have to offer now. But every time they were coming with one or the more other things that Copilot has to offer. And for the first time in life, or what should I say, I've attended so many workshops and seminars, but this was one of the best seminar that I have attended because it was so engaging, so interesting. She was so clear about what she wants to deliver and how she wants to deliver. That inspired me to took up this challenge and to take up this challenge and then imbibe this into my sessions as well. So I don't teach basically. I don't teach like educators. Hats off to them, the way they deliver content. Mine are sessions and at times topics like apprenticeship, which is something related to the vocational aspect. Students over here don't take interest in it because they believe they are basically made for JE and NEET only. And somewhat they're right. Most of our students qualify for very good reputed colleges as well. So they don't take interest in it. So every time I deliver, it's been almost 3 years, every time I deliver this topic in the fixed month as per my EVGC syllabus, I always see them uninterested. Don't They don't have anything to ask because they don't find it worthy at all. So that's when I thought of using Microsoft Copilot for the first time. And you'll be amazed to know I just generated a quiz within 2 or 3 minutes only, and just to check their previous knowledge. I didn't use it for assessment. I rather use it to check their previous knowledge, and boom, everybody became attentive. The whole scenario got changed. I've been a counseling psychologist for good 10 years, but I've never seen children suddenly taking interest in a topic in which others haven't even responded. So they were very curious. They participated well, and that quiz made me understood that I need to mend my ways. I actually need to mend my ways. And since then, I use Copilot for almost every second session of mine. Again, as ma'am has also said in the session and today also, we need to update and upgrade ourselves. And for that, we need to work with AI in collaboration. But then the thing that comes to us in the form of heavy responsibility is we need to cross check the data. And you'll be amazed to know every time when I cross check the information or the type of questions, the vocabulary it uses, trust me, it doesn't disappoint me at all. I have not been able to find many errors in it. And as you can see, I won't take much time of you guys. I'll rather show the images of some posters. So I've generated quizzes, I've generated PPTs. I've I at times use it to reframe a message. I at times use it to take essential, crucial points from a circular, which is of 10 to 12 pages, to form a message that can be shared with parents, teachers in the form of information. And one thing that I appreciate about Copilot is the kind of words it uses. So the level of sophistication, the vocabulary it has, bingo. It almost helped me out in every second activity that I plan for kids, whether it's quiz, whether it's crossword puzzle, whether it's generating a UT, anything, whether it's an introductory activity or an assessment activity, it serves all the purpose. Ma'am, can I share the screen to show some of the samples?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Okay, this is one of the poster that I generated, and I
Shikha
have it
ma'am,
in the form of article.
Shikha ma'am, we can't see your screen. Sorry. You'll have to share.
Ma'am, is it
Yeah,
busy? Is it?
it's loading. It's loading. Just keep, yeah, we can see it now.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Okay, so this is regarding one event. It's called Marg Career Chetna Mahotsav. For the first time, GNCTD thought of organizing a 2-day career Mahotsav as sort of a career mela for government school kids, and it held in on 30th and 31st January of this year only. And because it was for the first time, so everybody was not prepared at all. So we were experimenting, we were looking for different options. So I didn't offer any shortcut. I rather worked uh, uh, and spent good hours with Copilot and generated so many posters like this, which helped me to make information available handy for the kids. And hence, as you can see, it doesn't any details, because I asked Copilot to generate information to the point. It should be crisp, it should be well accessible, and it should be appealing. Again, the prompt makes a difference. So Copilot works like, what should I say, a magician only, with a magic wand with him. With it, it can serve many purposes. So this is one of the sample. Another one I would like to show. Okay, this is regarding summer counseling camp. So I wanted to make an attractive poster which can be shared with parents, students, and teachers, and hence informing about the camp that will be organized in the school. And again, as you can see, the information mentioned here is crucial, essential, crisp, and to the point, and it's appealing in itself. So yeah, I've generated PPTs as well. Last that I would like to show. Okay, this is one of the PPTs that I've generated many PPTs. So the one is substance abuse and its ill effects for the student and teacher. As you can see, the graphics and everything is marvelous. Information again, self-explanatory, to the point, and appealing for the students as well. It has key information that need to be shared. Again, I mentioned in the prompt what kind of information do I need, because it's a very vast topic. So there are many things. If I show you my history, you'll be glad to know that maybe Copilot and I have become good friends, and we understand each other very well, that I can use it on a daily basis, almost on a daily basis. Can you see my chat? It's almost full.
Yes, we can. Thank you so much. That's against privacy. Therefore, I would request you to please remove that. But thank you so much, Shikha ma'am. This is super inspirational. I mean, look at the way she started using it. It's been a few months, and like she said, it's her daily buddy. So, while you're using all of this, once again, a humble request to please use it responsibly and ethically. I love the way,
I
it
understand.
generates. Yeah, I love the way it generates, the content for you. Eases your life like anything. Do check the content. Do see what it has to offer. Thank you so much, Chika ma'am. I know you have to
Thank you so
run into
much.
the other session. Therefore, I would request our audience to please thank her. Join me in thanking her and giving her a big round of applause for this wonderful share that she has done with us. There you go, a fly of claps for you. Thank you so much, Shika ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everybody, for your time and patience. I had lots to offer,
Pleasure.
but yes, since we are running out of time, thank you so much.
Pleasure meeting you here. Thank you. You have a question here. One second. Poonam ma'am, do you have a question? I'm going to give you the audio so that you can speak. Just a second. I'm allowing your mic. Go ahead, please. If you have a question to ask, if it is by mistake, it's all right. You can unmute yourself to talk, Poonam ma'am. Okay, looks like that was by mistake. I am just going to go ahead and tell you about what is it that's happening in our community. Well, not a moment dull in our community ever, right? So here we are. We had a wonderful week. We were in Udaipur, and I had Khushbu ma'am as well with me, and we were there for AI skills empowerment of master facilitators of Rajasthan. So take a look at what we did. Here's what we did beautifully for this facilitator session. So we have been given the responsibility. We are the knowledge partner with Piramal Foundation as a part of the Microsoft Elevate program to empower educators across 10 districts in Rajasthan. Of those 10 districts, we had a humongous response. Therefore, we actually covered 15 districts here, covering about 125 educators, and you can only see about a fraction of them here. but you will soon see our social post where you will see how we interacted with them, how this program was launched beautifully, and how we helped teachers take their first step into foundational digital literacy. Then we moved on to empowering them with basic AI skills, and then they explored strengthening their instructions using Copilot. And one of the educators was kind enough to give us a kind of a testimonial. It's a very short one. Have a hear, and if you can't listen, do let me know. So these master facilitators have the responsibility of training more teachers. So each master facilitator will be training 100 teachers who will then be cascading this to their own schools. That's how we're going to reach more than a lakh teachers within the state of Rajasthan. So wish us all the best, and we really hope this is a roaring success. Well, while we talk about our community, thank you for those hearts flying out there. So while we talk about our community, I just cannot forget to remind you that your applications are due, and 31st of July is the last day. Don't wait for the last one. We did, host our nomination call, yesterday. And we are happy to share the links of the recordings as well with you so that you can leverage the same. I'm going to put the recording in our chat window so that if you missed that session, go ahead and go ahead and view it. Thank you, Rashmi ma'am. And yes, we are on that empowerment journey. If you want to join us anytime, just ping us. Yeah. Social spotlight. Well, the spotlight this week is on the report. It's a very interesting report. You have to read it. It is the 2026 AI in Education report, which is a Microsoft special report where you have 3,146 respondents across 7 countries who have responded to this K-12 plus higher ed, survey. It actually tells you how things are changing around us, how we need to be work ready, how institutions need to respond now. What are the employers looking for? What is the shift that you already should expect? So it's a very good view for each and every one of us who are on this journey, as this places greater emphasis on AI literacy, critical thinking, and the ability to guide AI driven work rather than just completing tasks manually. So, while all of these models are being adopted, but I think they're being adopted in a fragmented manner. So, this actually creates a kind of a challenge for us. That is, how do we evolve our curriculum and student experiences to reflect on the realities that the students are willing to enter now without really compromising on the foundational skills that we so believe in and human judgment that we must rely on. This report, giving you kind of a bird's eye view of this report, this is not just a story. It says that 9 in 10 leaders, educators, and students have used AI for school, and 70% of the job skills are expected to change by 2030. So, this new Microsoft research breaks down 5 shifts, redrawing what it means to be work ready and why most in demand AI skills are fundamentally human. This, well, the numbers do matter what you're looking at. 9 in 10 student and educators have used AI for school purposes. 66% of education leaders are already scaling AI. 77% of students have never had formal AI training, and that's scary. AI literacy job listings increased 6 times on LinkedIn in the past 1 year. So imagine the kind of, yeah, exactly. That's the reaction that I was really looking for. It literally jaw dropped me when I saw that 70% of the job skills will change by 2030. It's a good way for us to reflect, how are we teaching? What are we teaching? It'll help us define what AI readiness looks like across programs and disciplines. Align, I think, our curriculum and learning outcomes to this emerging workforce expectations. It'll help us evolve learning approaches, and that's why we every session we try and focus on some of the important skills like reinforcing critical thinking skills. I keep talking about that, but I think that's where we will help our students think in a very divergent manner and have sound judgment of the kind of experiences that AI presents to them. So for us, it is very important to build experiences that develop these technical fluencies and sound judgment. I've always asked students, I said, you're very happy copying and pasting and coming back to the class to say, hey, I've done my work. You did that work, but exactly who did that work for you? Where is that academic honesty that we've always spoken about and abided by? Therefore, it's a good time to pause and think. In fact, for us as teachers as well, is the first generated lesson plan my to go lesson plan? Or do we need to pause to think? Two of our sessions bit of Tech Talk Tuesday for teachers between the last session and today, we have dedicated to emphasizing two things. One, critical thinking. Two, HI before AI. Do not accept the first response, please. Go ahead and think about it. And yes, Rashmi ma'am, you're absolutely right. Pause to think. So if you're ready to pause to think, I'm happy to share the link to this report. I would urge each and every one of you to take some time in your busy schedule, read this report. And if you don't have the time to read this report, just give it to AI. AI will read it for you, help you understand what is it that you can be doing about it, and possibly highlight a few things for you. I would simply do this. I would give it to AI and say, hey, just find out for me what is relevant, most relevant for me, because you see, this report is a kind of a longish report. You may not, I understand, and in your schedule you may not find time to really read or go through that. However, what AI can do for you is go to Copilot, give the link to the report. I've given you the link to the post that I was showing because most of the people ask me, where on LinkedIn do you find these? So go ahead and follow Microsoft AI skills and Microsoft education handles, and you will find these reports. For a direct link to the report, I'm giving you now in the chat window. You may take it from there. Yeah. And also, while you do that, go ahead, paste it in Copilot and see what is it that you can do. Yeah. Well, here's another segment, the last segment that we focus on. That is, uh, what's the feature headlight on? What features are we talking about? Well, here are some features of Copilot that I'm talking about today. Number one, take a look at the Teach module. Please note this is only available on desktop or a laptop, not on mobile phone as of now, because this is still in development stage. Now, over here, when you click on Teach, that is an option on the left-hand corner, left-hand side menu, you will see learning activities available here. Beautiful place to create all of what we've spoken about today between fill in the blanks, flashcards, or match the following. Another thing, when you go to Copilot and you quickly want to jump into what you were doing last time, let's say in Teach or Copilot, you have a whole history available here. You don't need to go looking. As you can see, all of these things are quickly available. And I can quickly jump into my, photosynthesis piece where I was doing the inquiry task, and I don't need to wait for that. It even gives me, date wise. So if you want to change any kind of chronology over there, you could do that. And do note that, the rest of the stuff is either available in library or it directs you to learning activities on the web and you can take them there. The third piece that I want to tell you about is that there are resources available. Yes, one, you'll listen or hear from us over here. This is about an hour built in on five, major lights, headlights, or spotlights that we talk about. But from here onwards, if you want to learn, just scroll down on the same page. You will find resources. Your entire Teach module link is available here. Your M365 Copilot link is available here. Learning Zone, which we haven't spoken about in a long time, which we will very soon, is available here. And then if you toggle through these dots, you will be able to see more content available here. So don't just stay on the first screen that you see. Scroll down all the way down here to find these options on Copilot. We very often in our trainings come across, that people don't scroll down to see what's available. So this one was for you. And of course, if you need any training, any piece that you feel, hey, I think this is something that my teachers need to know about or learn about, we're available to host these trainings for you, whether it is virtual or it is in person. We're very much available. You could either scan this QR code and keep with you, or I'm going to drop the links in the chat window. You can take them from there as well. Follow us on our social channels, because very often we get to hear where can we find your recording of your sessions. All of those are available on our YouTube channel. So just follow us there, please. And if your school is interested in becoming AI Enthusiast School or AI Explorer School or AI Trailblazer School, don't shy away from speaking to us. We are very happy to talk to you and tell you more about these programs that are available. Go ahead, take a look, explore. And of course, our Tech Talk Tuesday, July last. I don't believe how July we have breezed through, and we are here almost at the tail end of July of 2026. Amazing, yeah. So on 28th of July, that is next Tuesday, we will be talking about curating content with AI. Come back, join us either in English or in Hindi, where we are going to go ahead and speak about Copilot ke saath Rachna Makta. I hope I said that right. I just take so long to say long words correctly, but here we are curating content with AI. Meet you on 28th of July. But before you go, don't forget to give us a feedback. We love to hear from you how we are doing, how your experience was over here. Do give us your candid feedback. We will look forward to your feedback. And once again, thank you so much for joining us here. Next time, bring more educators. We love to see many more names here along with you all. We will see you on next Tuesday, 28th of July. Till then, take care, be good, be nice, and enjoy the rains as much as possible. Don't get stuck anywhere, but still take care. On time, 6 p.m. Thank you so much. Have a lovely week ahead. Thank you, Kushbu, for your leadership here. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We request you all to please fill the feedback form.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.